Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Andrea and I'm a Hungarian graphic designer who is also a makeup enthusiast. Hence why this makeup look. I believe the tutorial of this black smoky eye is already up on my channel, so if it is, I'm going to link it up in the corner for you. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my makeup collection and we're going to organize my drawers and maybe declutter some stuff because it's a real fucking mess and I'm so happy that I did this. This was a much needed task to do and not to neglect anymore. So you're going to see me get rid of stuff and kind of explain things that I still own in my collection and why I'm not willing to let go of certain things here and there, because deep down I'm just a makeup hoarder. I actually wanted to get this little disclaimer out of the way. This is going to be a longer video, so if you're maybe not into that, I'm sure that there's another video on my channel that you can watch instead of this one, but I really didn't manage to condense it further than it already is. And I didn't want to make it like a multi-part series because I'm not like a big beauty guru. I don't have sets of furnitures full of makeup, so I didn't think that it was a good idea to like split the part. And because I recorded everything on the same day, I figured I would just slap it in one video and then that's it. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. This drawer holds all my palettes. As you can see, it's 9 of them, but I have 2 more down in the other drawer, and this drawer is like very messy. It's miscellaneous things, my makeup towel, face mask I still need to try, gems. It's a mess, but I have to deal with it. So this is where everything starts. This is where I have all my base products, I guess. Concealer, liquid lipsticks, eye primers, glosses, liquid liners, other palettes that I barely used, setting spray, primers, mascaras, eye pencils, brow products, lipsticks back there and everything, but God, it's so messy that I have to do something with it, and I'm hoping I can whittle down my collection and throw away stuff that I don't need or gift to friends that can be still used. And we have some new stuff as well because my mom recently got a Christmas package, so to say, which had a lot of real nice goodies, but I'm probably going to give most of them to my friends as well because they are just stuff that I wouldn't use or stuff that I have already duplicates of, so it's still like a nice thing to get because I don't have to shop too much for Christmas. So let's start with lipsticks. I think I kind of already went through them. These are just foundation samples that I kept. If one of my friends wants me to put makeup on them, probably most of these won't work for me either. It's either too dark or too light for me, or I just don't use foundation. So this is great for like professional work, I guess. And this little tub also holds my other lipsticks, which I'm all keeping, so this one goes back there. But I still wanted to show you. The only one I'm getting rid of is this Alverde Nature Cosmetic Color and Care lipstick in the shade 26 Chai Latte. Not because I don't like the color, but because this one is really draggy. It's like dried out, I think, so I'm just going to throw this in the trash because it's like not usable. So let's move on to mascara because I have quite a lot of them actually. This one is my newest one that I got in the like gift box that mom received. I think it's a waterproof formula, I'm not sure, but I'm going to give this a try. So this stays. Also does this Trendy Top Eye Appearance Mascara because this is one of my favorite mascaras, like formula wise. This one is the Volume waterproof, and the one that I always use is the Volume and False Lashes because I really like the wand, but I couldn't get this particular one when I went to the store and I wanted to replace this one because I'm running low. So I got that one instead. I figured I'd just give it a try. So yeah, that stays, and so does this Rimmel Scandal Eyes Flex Mascara because this was also like a gift type of thing in a previous box mom received, I guess, so it's still waiting for its time to be tried. But the ones I'm going to get rid of is probably this Rimmel Wonderful mascara with argan oil. I really liked this mascara, but it dried up very fast, so I really didn't get like a whole lot of uses out of this, but I still really liked it because the wand is like really spiky and it's like flared out. I really like this one, but I'm going to get rid of this because it's like dried out. And so is this Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. I mainly used it on my lower lashes because it doesn't have like a great wand. It's like a very little and skinny wand, which was different, and I gave it a try and it was okay, but it really didn't do much to my lashes. And yeah, as I said, it's just kind of a lower lash mascara. The last one I have is the Yves Rocher, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Intense Metamorphose Volume Length and Curl Mascara. So I'm really intrigued to try this one. I think I'm going to bust into this one when this one is done. So it's going back there and it's staying. This is my only setting spray, this Maybelline Lasting Fix, and I really like this one. It's like a matte finish. I don't think that it really makes my makeup matte or more matte than it already is, but I kind of like the feeling of setting spray, so that's why like I wanted to try one of these, but I'm running really low. It's maybe like 2 or 3 uses that I can get out of this one, and then I'm going to declutter it, but not right now. And the only primer actually I have is this Trended Up 183 Days All Gone Pore Eraser Foam. That's a hefty name for a primer, but yeah, it's in the 010 Porcelain shade and it's slightly pink for me. I think it really does fill your pores and makes them disappear in a way. I'm still keeping it because it's basically full. Like I barely used it because I just forgot to use it. I mainly just moisturize my face and that's all, and then I go in with concealer and stuff, and it's really messy because it's like a foam. As you can see, like the cap is really messy and I have to use like a sponge or some type of applicator to like apply, and most of the time this is the reason why I don't reach with this, but I'm going to keep it. All right, now I kind of have to make room somehow in this like section because I got this new Skin Supreme compact powder in the shade 028. This is how it looks like. It still has like a film over it, so yeah, I think it's going to be a good match and I'm going to give it a try in a future video. So I kind of want to fit this into this part. As you can see, this is my blush and bronzer palette, which I'm totally going to keep. This is one of my favorite things this year, and this was a gift again from my friends Timmy and Evelyn, so thank you guys again. I really like this one, so obviously this is staying, and so does my Jeffree Star Skin Frost highlight, because this was my first ever like highlight that I purchased. So this has like a decent sized mirror, as you can see, and in most of my videos I use this to look at my face and do my makeup because I don't have like a handheld mirror yet. I still have to like get one sometime, so I'm definitely not going to give this one up. But as you can see, I hit major pan on this one. Like I've used this a ton. Probably this was my only highlight for over a year, and this is a year's worth of use right there. My Physicians Formula bronzer is probably my favorite bronzer of all time, and it's my only one besides this Revolution palette, but I really like this one. And a lot of people say that this butter bronzer has like a scent. It can be overwhelming, but I personally don't really experience skin irritation because of it. But I do know that a lot of other people might have, and they tend to complain about this, so just be careful if you like want to purchase this. But it's a really nice buildable bronzer. I'll say that again 10 times, but yeah, it's a really nice formula, and this was my first ever bronzer that I tried, and I have been reaching for it since. This Alverde Nature Cosmetic Glow and Shine highlighter, have to say it's not my favorite. I don't really reach for it because it just doesn't pack a punch, and it's very subtle. It's really not my type of highlight, and I might give this to someone that can get more uses out of this, because as you can see, I barely scratched the dome off and I barely used it, mainly because it's hard to pick up.
on a brush. It might be better with a finger, I don't know, but I'm just not a finger kind of girl.
That's what she said.
I like to use brushes to apply makeup on my face, so that's why like I barely use this anymore. I might just try and film like a natural kind of everyday makeup look, so let me know if you want to see that. So these two are my blushes. This Alverdena Cosmetic one is in the shade Berry Dream. This has hit a major pan as well. I've used this a ton in like my early makeup days when this was my only blush at the time, and it's like a mauvey blush which suits my skin tone very well, and I really like this one, and I actually have a backup there. So this one's staying. I really want to get more uses out of this one, but nowadays I mostly reach for my maxi blush from Rimmel. It's in the shade Sweet Cheeks. I'm really into peach blushes nowadays, and this really doesn't have like a dent or anything because it's quite pigmented and you really don't need too much product at once. So yeah, there's that. This is staying and my other one is staying as well. So moving on, this is my Trendy Top powder blush in the shade 025. These have weird names. And it looks like this, and as you can see it's like a glowy blush. It shifts to like a peachy gold, and I really like this, but it's mainly like a blush topper and it's not like a standalone blush for me, but I still like using it in conjunction with the Rimmel one because these are both peach. And then last but not least, I have this Trendy Top eye contouring palette. This is like a really nice little palette. Open. There you go. And as you can see, I pretty much use this shade the most. Let me just show you. This is the dent that one has. I've used that a ton, and that makes like a really good highlight too. Since I have that Alverde one, I really don't reach for this, so maybe it's time to like say goodbye to it because I know I'm not going to like really miss it. I think I can give that up. And last but not least, we have this Essence Contouring Duo, which is in the shade Tan Lighter Skin, and it's probably my only like contour palette. It really doesn't have like a big dent, but I mainly use a mix of both. So yeah, that stays. And that does it for this little section. So let me put everything back together and we'll continue on with eye stuff. I have this single shadow. I don't know what the brand is. I think I'm not even going to try to attempt pronouncing it, but this is the brand. And this is a botanical color eyeshadow. It has like tiny gold sparkles in it, but the sparkle is so subtle that it just basically comes off as a matte eyeshadow. And I don't mind it, but I still have to try this because I've only swatched it, so it's staying. This one is this Tetris Cosmetics color correction palette, and I've used this like a lot, as you can see, in my waterline, because if you look at it, it's like a mint green, a lilac, and then like neutral tones, and it's kind of like a gel liner because a lot of people use gel liners in their waterlines, and this is the only stuff that comes close to it. That's why like I've been utilizing it as like that because I do not color correct. I think I'm going to hold on to this one because I do not have pencils that are as pastel as these ones. This is the Lash Foundation Base by Trendy Top. I do not use it as an eyelash primer because I feel like I don't need to, and because I do not have like a brow pomade or like a brow wax sort of thing, I use it like that because one of my eyebrows is basically white, so I kind of need some type of like mascara to color it with, and this just fills this purpose well. So yeah, I still have quite a lot of product in this one, so I'm going to keep it. This Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Defining Pencil is the one that I use to do my brows with because it has a spoolie on one end and you know it has the pencil, and it's in the shade Blonde, of course, and it doesn't really look like that, but it has a ton of product. So until I use it up, it's going to stay, but I'm probably going to repurchase it when I run out of it. So now moving on to eyeliners, I recently bought this Sensitive Eyes liquid eyeliner by Trended Up. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff from Trended Up and Alverde because DM carries it and we shop a lot there. And I like it. It's not like a bad eyeliner by any means, but I think because it's called Sensitive Eyes, it's supposed to not sting the eye. I think when you remove it, at least you would expect it not to sting, but it kind of does. And it's such a shame because it's like a great like liquid eyeliner. Maybe I'm going to give this one to a friend. I'm still not sure. Maybe it's staying for now. The one I'm getting rid of is this one, 180 Days by Trended Up again. Cat Eye and Stamp Liner. Oh, maybe not. I know why. Like I have it still because it has a stamp on one end and the liner on the other. So yeah, I was going to declutter this one because I used up the eyeliner side, but it still has the stamp and it's still kicking. Like I didn't really use the stamp for eyeliner, but I like to have a stamp for maybe Halloween looks and stuff like that, so it stays. And the eyeliner I'm currently using is this Trended Up again Ultra Shine eyeliner pen, and as you can see it's waterproof and it's like a black eyeliner. It's nothing special, but it has a felt tip and it's like very sharp, and I really like this one because you can be really precise and you can make like very sharp lines with this. I'm happy with this purchase. It stays. Now I think all of these are lip liners and eyeliners, and I have like a little tub of eyelash glue in case I want to do like a look which includes gems and stuff, so I can like stuck them to my face and then remove them safely afterwards. So yeah. And you know, I have a basic pencil sharpener because some of my eyeliners are like real pencils, mostly these Makeup Obsession ones. Like these are supposed to be sharpened. These are excellent. They do not stay on my waterline for too long, but nothing does. I have very sensitive and watery eyes, so nothing really sticks, although when I use these they stay because these are like waxy consistency and they do not like wash away as easily. But for like general colorful eyeliners, these are the ones that I use on a daily basis, so these for sure stay. So I have like a random black one from Essence which stays. I have these B2 Perfect Luck lip liners. One is aubergine, the other is brown, lemonade is the pink, and then grape is sort of like a dark red. So these definitely stay because I really like the formula, and they are retractable, which is a plus in my book. So the rest is like miscellaneous stuff that I just randomly got from gift box and stuff like that. Like this, for example, is like a precision eyeshadow in like a smoky silver type of color, and the shadow itself is in the cap. It's not the type of thing that I reach for on the daily, so it just gets forgotten, but I might just keep it because I don't have a lot of silvers in my collection. It's a very dark but sparkly and shiny silver. I'm going to hold on to this one. I immediately know that I'm going to get rid of these two Essence Long Lasting eye pencils because they do not have the best pigmentation, although they say that it's like an 18-hour plus wear, and they are waterproof, but they are really not. I'm going to pass these ones. So this one is another one of these Essence Long Lasting pencils, but this is an older formula and this one performs amazingly. This is pigmented, this is waterproof, and this is everything it claims to be. It is a great like deep blue, and although I have a blue in my Makeup Obsession pencils, I'm still going to keep this one because if I remember correctly, this is like a sparkly blue. And then last but not least, I have this Trended Up metallic gel, and this one is also like a retractable eyeliner. It's not quite a blue and it's not quite a teal, and because the Essence one that I have is blue and this is teal, they're both going to stay. This is the last one. This one is a Tetris long lasting lip pencil, and it's a lip liner again. I think it's like a sharpenable pencil. Yeah, it doesn't have the best pigmentation at all, so I think I'm going to pass this one along too. I wanted to show you the metallic eye pencils because this is the color of them. As you can see, they are really similar, but they are not quite the same, and I like them for different reasons. So scooching over to lip stuff. I don't think I'm going to get rid of any if I'm being really honest with myself, because I just love my Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. They are my babies. As of right now, I do not have them, but I ordered 2 of his new lipsticks from the Pricked collection. I only bought the oranges. Also, I'm not going to get rid of my Melt Cosmetics liquid lipsticks because one is like a mustard yellow and one is a gingery brown. I'm hoping that the one that I ordered from Jeffree Star isn't going to be like this, because I think this one is much deeper than Don't Panic from him, but we'll see. So here is my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly, which is the only eyeshadow base that I use. It's the type of waxy base that dries down in a way that shadows just grip onto it very easily, and I like this formula more. That's pretty much why I don't like reach for my cut crease canvas anymore. And as you can see, it's probably on its last legs, but I'm still keeping it because if I run low on my concealers, it's like a pretty decent match for my skin tone. So under my MAC paint pot, I have 4 of my eyeliners. These sheen liners are water activated liners. One is a neon yellow sunshine, one is blood sugar, which is like a simple red, and the other one is sapphire, which is a blue. And I actually have a video using these ones, so if you'd like to watch that, I'll link it up in the corner for you. So obviously these are staying, and so does my MAC paint pot. This other box that I have is my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour lip scrub. It just removes any excess skin and stuff that is on your lips. So I think going into the colder months, I'm going to bust this out again because my lips really need moisture. So I'm definitely going to keep it. So another lipstick that I have from Maybelline, it's the Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade 25 Heroine, which is a neon orange. I kind of do not like reach for it a lot because it pulls more red than orange, but that stays because I don't have any other shade like this in my collection. This is a sheer nude concealer by Trend It Up, and it's this brush tip. I don't know if you can see it in there. It really does look like a great match for me, so I think I'm going to give this a try because you can never have enough concealer. I think I'm going to get a great use out of this one, so I'll give it a try, but I'm not really a fan of like brush tip applicators that much. Speaking of concealer, I have my Magic Star concealer. The shade is C6, and this is running very low, but as you can see, I have a backup of it. And under that, I have a gloss, which I also do not reach for, but it's in the shade Sky High, if I remember correctly, and it has green and blue sparkles. Listen, if you have not tried pairing a bluish or greenish type of gloss with a red lip, you have to. You immediately have to go and try it because it's, oh my god, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. I think it looks flattering on everyone. So, moving on. This is my NYX Glitter Primer. I use this as an eyeshadow base for my shimmers, and ultimately this one replaced my cut crease canvas because that's what I used to use, but now I only reach for this one because this one doesn't have a tint and it just, you know, sticks to your eye and makes everything you put on top stick as well. So because Jeffree Star is controversial on YouTube, and I know I'm probably going to get hate for having his product and still purchasing from him on YouTube at some point. I do know that, but because of that, I started to like search for like an alternative concealer to replace this one because it's a very hefty price and you really don't get too much product. So I purchased this Revolution Conceal and Hydrate because I have normal to dry skin, and it says it's like a radiant concealer with hyaluronic acids and acai, and it's like a medium full coverage, which sounds promising, and it's in the same shade as my other one, C6. I have not yet tried that one. I have not even opened it. The only thing I'm afraid of is the shade, because Magic Star C6 is a medium type of thing with olive undertones, so I'm kind of afraid to try the Conceal and Hydrate mainly because of the shade, and I really hope that it will match. So there's that, but I'm going to give this one a try when this one rounds out. So moving on, I have 2 glosses from BT. Both of them is BT. And they were like a gift as well from DM. They are staying. Then at the front I have 2 of my lip balms. And as I said, I didn't like declutter anything, but I probably will reorganize this once my new lipsticks arrive from Jeffree because I won't have room again. And last but not least, I think I'm going to just show you what I have back here. This lovely terracotta compact. Don't ask me why it's called like that. It's clearly not terracotta. This is very sparkly, as you can see, and they have quite a dent in them, I think, because this little like eyeshadow palette or quad belonged to my mom. She used to use it, and I think I already did a look using this one. I'm going to pop it in the screen for you to see because I do believe that I used this in a look once. And last but not least, I have my NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Phoenix. And this is what it looks like. Some of my friends watching probably know that this was my first ever palette purchased, and this is the palette that started it all for me. It's not as used and abused as my Mitchell one because that palette was my first palette ever that had color in it, but I used this like a considerable amount of time as well. I don't reach for it anymore because I have all these shades in other palettes now. I actually had recreated my first ever makeup look, which I'm also going to pop here on the screen for you. Kind of holds like a sentimental value for me because this was the palette that started it all, so I think I'm going to keep it for now. My Soap palette from Revolution looks like this. And as you can see, it's like more colorful than the next one. It has a funny story because actually I wanted to get the Extra Spice, the second palette that she did in collaboration with Makeup Revolution, and this was the first palette. And to begin with, it isn't really like an expensive palette at all. It's kind of lackluster in a way. It's just okay. It's not something that I'm into anymore. But if you look at it, it's a really nicely curated palette. It has a white, it has a black, it has
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10 shimmers, which is always good, and it has a great variety, although I don't know why we have 3 golds that look the same, but okay. And I think it's really a beginner friendly palette, and surely one of my friends will be happy to have it, so I would rather just give it to them. So I think that concludes our little declutter series. I'm quite happy with what I kept, and this is all that I decluttered and I'm going to give to friends, and this chunk is what goes in the trash basically. And then this drawer looks like this now because I figured you wouldn't want to see me reorganize all of this because it was really messy. That one holds cotton wipes, antibacterial wipes, and like other nail stuff back there, an unused beauty blender, and those powder puffs or like beauty pads or stuff like that. It's like a cardboard case if I want to travel with my brushes. Again, just packaging for keepsake stuff. My makeup towel. These are like perfume samples that we got in a package, but all of these are men scents, so I don't know what to do with them. Some hair stuff, packaging, and eyebrow razor and stuff like that, so that's that. So there you have it. I know I didn't really declutter all that much, but I said it in the beginning of the video, I'm a makeup hoarder. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about these products that I maybe decluttered, that I maybe kept, that I own just for the sake of owning? What are your thoughts on the subject? I would love to hear from you. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. While you're at it, hit the bell to get notifications of all my future uploads. If you'd like to see this makeup look in greater detail, follow me on all my socials. I have 2 Instagram pages, a makeup page and an art page. I still take commissions, so if you'd like to commission me, write me an email. And if you'd like to view my portfolio, all the links will be down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!